Taoiseach, we're currently getting regular radio advertisements and other advertisements from the Government Information Service indicating to people that there is support available for them if they are impacted by the cost of living crisis. But the problem is that often people are very uncertain about these fairly general announcements who are impacted by that crisis, and they need a human being to go and see to explain the often complex and difficult circumstances in which they find themselves when they are applying for things like the exceptional needs payment. And as I repeatedly have raised, and have others in this House, we don't have as we used to, a drop-in community welfare service where you can go and talk to the community welfare officer, the relieving officer as they used to be known, and explain your very specific circumstances, rather than having to make appointments, which may be in a few weeks' time, or do things online, which is often very difficult for elderly people or other cohorts of people. So while it's all very well having general advertisements and announcements saying you may be entitled to this or that assistance for the cost of living crisis, the reality is if you don't have somebody in the community welfare office you can just drop into and see on the day, you often are struggling and finding great difficulty in actually accessing the supports that may be there. So I just really want to ask you to do something as a matter of urgency about returning the drop-in community welfare service in every area, so that people can just go down on the day and see the community welfare officer and explain their situation to them.
Just in relation to the community welfare service, I think in the round the community welfare service works well, and we've seen how community welfare officers have responded to the increased need for exceptional needs payments in the last couple of months. A significant increase in payments being made, obviously because people needed them, but also does demonstrate that the capacity is there in the system to receive applications and to make payments. And the system at the moment is a mixture. It's online, by phone and by appointment. And I think that's probably more efficient in the round than a drop-in service. But it is something, obviously, for Minister Humphreys to work on. And I'll certainly let her know that Deputy has raised it on more than one occasion here in the House.